Hi everyone, it's Jenny with Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. You can find us on YouTube at Joey143Jenny, and you can also find us on Instagram at Joey143Jenny. So this is my second attempt at a video for you today. I am wanting to make a couple of extra ephemera booklets, and my first video for some reason didn't load, showed an error, and it doesn't even show a video behind the error. It just shows that little white play button, so it's a bust, but I'll catch you up real quick. So basically what I need is I need an ephemera booklet for my stamps and my labels, and these are just a disaster zone. And they're packed, and I keep just putting more stuff in them, and they're becoming unorganized. Originally they were organized, but then they're becoming unorganized. So what I like to do is I like to take maybe some paper, some scrapbook paper that I wouldn't normally use, let's say in a junk journal. And that's really all I use scrapbook paper for. Once in a while, I will make, of course, I'll make cards for a junk journal, but I'll use scrapbook paper for greeting cards or something like that. Not a lot of them, but once in a while I'll get in my stash and make something. But so what I do is I take out pages out of like a tablet that I normally wouldn't use. And I find a lot of my tablets at just flea markets. There's this one flea market here where I think the lady probably scrapbooks a lot because she always has, and I kind of have a feeling that she gets certain paper packs because there's a particular paper in it that she wants. And then she reduces it. So like I get paper packs for $3 and $4 and they're just big. But like her, I don't care for all of the styles, and this one's okay, but it just wasn't something that I would put, that I'm putting in a journal. And then I use other pages to put in the ephemera booklet. So I need one for stamps and one for labels, and I may make a couple of extra. What I've done is I've taken again 2 pages that I wouldn't normally use in a journal. And then I did a base of collage, exactly the same way you would do a, collage board. I can't think of what I'm trying to say. I'll think of it. But anyways, a master board. It's the same process as using a master board where you collage and then you cut it up either into strips or whatever you want to do to make pockets, journal cards, what have you. But in this case, I'm not going to cut it up. I'm going to cut it in half, but I'm going to use this as the cover for, I see a little spot that didn't get, that's not coming out. Got it jammed again. But anyways, so basically what I did in the first video was collage this and chit chat. And then what my plan is to go over it with a few layers of collage and use my stickers. I've been really working at organizing my studio here, and my stickers were out of control. So I've been organizing, and just like anything else, when you organize, you see stuff that you forgot you even had. So I'm going to cut this in half and use these as covers, and I'm also going to collage the back. I don't know that I'll do that necessarily on camera. I might. We'll see. But then once I get everything done, I'm going to Mod Podge both sides and give that a nice firmness so that it's a good solid book to have. And then I just went through my stash and I found pages that I normally wouldn't use. You can see that although I love orange, it's not a color I normally use in a scrapbook, and then, or I'm sorry, in a journal. And then some other, I love this green, but I don't have a need for it right away. I thought I saw a little scrap. There's some. How'd that get in there? Get out of there. Okay. So what I did was I had these scraps, and so I am going to make a few pages that are not, you know, 12 by 12. They were scraps, and I thought I'm going to use them because I can still put things in them. And then I also slimmed it down. Did I do that right? I need to slim it down 1/4 of an inch here. So I'm going to do that at a later time. And then what I did was I slimmed it down 1/4 of an inch here because I really don't want it poking out from my book cover. And then I just, in my own personal journal, just used those little pieces, made a few little collage items here. I'll still write through this. I'll write on that and then maybe draw in that. So that's my, that's my personal journal that I do things with. I'll set that aside. Yep, so what I'm going to do is I'll trim this down 1/4 of an inch. And then it'll be ready to go, with the exception of I'm gonna round the corners of everything. So that is to come. I'll probably not do that on camera because it's, you know, just repetitive trimming down, you know. Let's see. So here's where we're at. We're still on this side of the ephemera booklet. And what I'd like to do is, I've already gone through my big scraps, not big scraps, of my tiny scraps. I've already put down, I keep them in this folder, I've already put down my bigger of the scraps. Now I'm going to go through some of my middle scraps, and I'm just going to reinforce just to beef up a little bit. And then I have some really tiny scraps. I don't know if I'll use those. And then I'm going to go to town with my stickers. So I'm just randomly going to be pulling from here and slapping some things down. And I've been journaling a long time, since I was a little girl. I have so many journals, just volumes and volumes and volumes of journals. And I love journaling, but also, you know, more than loving it, for me, it's almost a necessity. I don't know if anyone else feels like that if they journal. It's almost like I have to get things out. I don't know if that's my way of processing, or if it's my way of getting it off my mind and not thinking about it anymore. This is a piece of lace, was off a doily that I copied. But anyways, yeah, I journal all the time. So, but when I first started getting into junk journaling, as we kind of know it to be, I kind of went a little bit crazy. So I started out with the whole junk journaling thing with kind of scrapbooking, a little bit like the old time scrapbook, where you would journal and then you would write about, you know, what, you know, you're journaling, you know. And so these scraps look kind of big too, actually. Then I ran across the magazine Daphne's Diary. If you've, excuse me, if you've ever heard of that, Daphne's Diary. And I just loved it. And it started me more combining glue books, because I had like a glue book, but it combined more like cutting things out and gluing things down and sewing in my journal and just different things like that. And so it just kind of changed a little bit the way that I was doing journaling, and for the better, I think, for myself. I love it. And then I started like what we know today as junk journaling, whether it's using actual junk that, you know, would have been thrown away, or it's using digitals or letters or you know, envelopes that your bills come in or whatever the case is. So then, yeah, so, but when that happened and I would be watching videos and I would just be, you know, loving it all. Couldn't get enough of it because like I said, I love journaling. Well, I started purchasing things and, especially when I'm sick. Does anybody do that? Like you get bored and you just start, you're like, I wonder what's on Etsy, or wonder what's on Amazon that I don't need, but must get, you know, that type of thing. And so for some reason, stickers seem to be that common thing that I purchase and I rarely use. I don't know what the deal is. So we are going to use stickers and we're going to use them up, not all the way up, but we're going to use a lot of them on here. I'm just pulling some things out so I don't have to fish through here every time I want something. So that is the plan. This is a really interesting bucket of things here because it doesn't seem to have a rhyme or a reason. Most of my stuff is in size, so I'm not real sure what the situation is here. I'm just pulling out some things so I can tear and reinforce. And I think that's about it for this one. That might be a good piece. All right, I think this one's done. I'm going to put it over here. But I am going to take a few of these and put those down. Have to get these all in a little pile because they blend in so well. All right, so now what I'm doing is I'm just going to maybe go to some of the bigger ones, you know, where there's big blocks, and maybe put a little piece here or there. I'm not super concerned with how it borders or what the edges look like, just because I am going to have those stickers on here. And it's possible when I put the stickers on, you know, you may think, oh my gosh, that doesn't go at all. And that's okay because it's just going to be my ephemera thing, my ephemera holder. And I just think this is so fun, just pulling out and just gluing down and not thinking another thing about it. It's kind of like when I do that calendar collage, which I really love doing. The thing about this one is it's going to be where I'll use it for something. I think I'm going to tear that. Put it there. This poor bird's body. But we're going to use it. So yeah, I'm going to do a couple of those. I've been thinking in my mind how I want them. I definitely know for the stamps, I want to use more rows in each page to put the stamps so that I can really see more and kind of spread them out a little bit. And then I also want to have some deep pockets, which I don't think need to absolutely have vellum. I want some deep pockets because let's see, for my stamps, I have some stamps that are still on the envelope, you know, and that corner's been torn off, and I really like how that corner of that envelope looks. So when I use it, I want to be able to use that whole thing. And so I want to save that. So I'm going to put some pockets in for some of the larger things. Probably not with vellum, probably with more, let's see, is that going the wrong way? More, what am I trying to say? scrapbook paper that I don't, you know, use very often or at all. So, okay. I think we're about there with the... I think we're about there with all of the little pieces. Maybe a couple more over here. Let's see if there's any littles in here I want to use. This was pretty. Use that. And then here's a green. We don't have a whole lot of green on there. Tiny little pieces. It's fun. I think at one time this little bucket or envelope, what have you, was pretty much scraps of coffee dye, and then I've put other stuff in there. I think that's what's happened there. We'll save that and see if I want it or not. That's pretty funny. That happens sometimes as I'm cleaning up. I grab what I think something goes, and I'll be like, wait a minute. So this weekend, my niece has been here. It's a delight to have her. She's a bundle of sunshine, just giggly and happy, and it's just so fun to have her. And then my girls came over for dinner last night, spent some time with her, and that's fun to have the cousins together. And so just a great time. And she is heading back to California today, and I'll miss her, but the great thing is she and I see each other pretty often, because, not pretty often, but I mean, we see each other, you know, periodically, because she loves to come down here. Her brother and sister live a couple hours away, and so I get to see her then. And then when I go to see Kathy, I get to see her. So she and I keep up pretty good. All right, so I think what we're going to do is now get started with these stickers. And we'll see how this goes, because thankfully it's just for me. And I don't have any expectation of, you know, what it's going to look like to give to somebody else. So put these away, get them out of the way. I love this piece. Let's see where we could find a spot for that. I think that looks good right there. So she spent the day with my mom today, or the mid-morning with her before she flew out. So that's neat. It's very neat. All right. Okay, I am going to keep my glue book, because sometimes sometimes the little stickers need help with glue. I'll put this away. I'm going to give my art glitter glue a little bit of help there. Okay. Here is my bucket of stickers. Now, I know that may not seem like a lot to some people, but to me... Is this my stickers? Yeah. Yes, these are stickers. But to me, this is a lot. So where to start? I mean, that's another thing. Okay, so I'm going to turn it on its side and kind of dig through. Another thing is that I love those little red-capped mushrooms. I think I've mentioned that before. And I'm just thumbing through here real quick to see if I can pull some out so that we can use them. Again, I'm really looking to use things that I don't use often and maybe wouldn't use on other things, you know. So let's get a thing here so I'm not have this all over the place. Okay. So I'm just grabbing it and sticking down. And see, pardon me while I try to get this. I have completely messed my nails up being outside and stuff, and then washing a bunch of dishes, and then oh my goodness, what is the deal here? And then I told you we had dinner last night. Well, Joey makes this wonderful, okay, I'm sorry, while I do this I might have to put it closer to my face. He makes this wonderful avocado dip. It's a little bit different than guacamole. It's so good. Of course, we love guacamole, but it's different. And okay, so I'm just putting a bunch of stuff down. Anyway, so he made that, and we had a ton of avocado skins and a ton of avocado you know, pits. So I will be doing some dyeing here soon. And if I can get my camera set up appropriately, then I will video that. Okay, this is going to be a nightmare trying to get these off of here. I don't know how people do it so gracefully. I don't know if any of you watch Gail Augustinelli, but she's been working with some of her stickers lately. And she looks like a pro. And then I also see people use their tweezers. I would have stuff flipping everywhere with a tweezer, I think. Okay. And then I'm just using this to make sure, because since the papers are all different levels and stuff, you know. Anyways, this is a great way to get rid of some, you know, put it to good use. I mean, this is good use. It's going to be fun once it's done, and it is fun to do it for sure. Another thing that you can do, though, if you don't have all of this extra surplus, but you want to have fun doing it, is just tear out or fussy cut pictures from, you know, magazines. All right. If anybody knows, like, a secret, I would love for you to share it with me. I think this is why I like when the stickers are in a book, you know, you can just peel them off. I love that. But, you know, I don't want to be buying more stickers. Look at all these I have. So I've got to deal with it. But that little looks kind of like an iris. Yeah, so this is really busy, and I love it. Oh boy, I'd love to have that one, but can I do it? I feel like my fingers are numb. They're ice cold. Maybe that's the problem, is I can't feel them well enough. And I know I'm not doing this like really great. I'm not delicate with them at all. Try not to tear it. Ugh. Move my little trash basket closer. Okay, I think I'm going to do a few more, and then we're going to move on to the next and see if they are any easier for me to get off of the paper. Typically, I can just bend it back and it comes right off. But I don't really have nails, and the ones I do have right now are a big mess, so it's not... I should have filed them nicely before I started this video. Oh my goodness, come on. Probably where tweezers would come in handy. Oops. And that's okay because, just a reminder, we're going to Mod Podge over the front of it. Okay. Yeah, let's cover that headless bird up. Okay. One more and then we'll move on to some others and some other stickers and put those down. I'm fairly certain that I got these on Amazon under botanicals or floral stickers. Oops. Oh goodness. Yeah, my fingers are freezing. I don't know why. But they are freezing. Let's see. Yeah, so see, even that little tear, that's totally fine. That's going to go down there nice and smooth. Okay, let's put these away and see if we can find something else. I think I'll turn that under for a second. Get in there. Ooh, that's pretty. Don't do it, Jen. Don't do it, Jenny. Don't do it. Yeah, that one would be fumbly for me, I think. Okay, I'm going to put that aside. What else did I pull out? Those look neat, but I'm kind of concerned that they might be the same difficulty. Although I do want to try some of these leaves. Let's just give it a shot. Okay, let's give her a shot. I like that leaf. Oh, there's a little bird in there. Okay. Maybe because these aren't as delicate. You know, they don't have like little spindlies. Well, that one does, but let's see if I can get this one. I'm not usually as brutal with these as I am today, but I want to cover a lot of ground fast, and I just don't want to think too much about it. I just want to do. That's super fun. Okay, I'll put this one on and then we'll move on to another one because I want to see what else I have. These are very similar to the one, you know, they're botanicals like the ones I just did. So I want to see what else is out there. Out there in the stash. That's fun. Okay. Whoops. Yeah, that's a problem with dropping something on this collage, is it looks like it belongs there. Now these are, what does that say? Deco something. Deco something. Oh, it's like a little pocket. Okay, that's nice. Oh, they're just deco stickers. So they're just like little labels. Which, once this ephemera pack is done, these probably would go in one of them because I'm doing 1-4 labels. Oh my goodness. Okay, ta-da. That's fun. Would be fun on an envelope somewhere. That's fun to have some words here and there. Trying to think of what else is going on. It's hard for me to remember what I've told you and what I haven't, since I've actually done 2 videos that will not publish because of some glitch. Joey and I did get out this past weekend, and we were able to go to a couple of teeny tiny little flea markets. To be honest, he sat in the car a lot of the time. He's just, you know, he's feeling better, and he's overdoing it. So, or not overdoing it, but like I mentioned before, it just, as that hip muscle, you know, gets to working, it causes pain as well. It's one of those good and evil at the same time. Okay, those I can definitely see a use for. They're mainly bookends or book spines, but I don't think I want them as much on here. And I think I got these on Etsy as well. Etsy, not Etsy, I'm sorry. Amazon. All right, I'm going to put these aside for now. And let's get into these little stickers. So these I bought at AliExpress, I want to say. And so let's just see what's in it. Tons. I can't get them all out right now, but let's look. There's a mushroom. I think I'm going to use it. And although I don't really want to think too much, I can't take all that white. So I'm going to just quickly trim down a little bit. Oops. Yeah, I can't be trimming all of them down though. It's going to take too long and I'll be thinking too much. Oh, this one's very easy to peel. Gotta love that. Very nice. Okay. What else? That's neat. So the alternative would be to use my vintage photo. Oh, look, I've got 2. That's all right. And knock that back. That white back. Perfect. Perfect. And these stickers seem to take Mod Podge pretty well, so I'm hoping that these are no different. You know, in the sense that they don't curl up or anything like that. Those are pretty. What else? Let's do a couple at a time. I like working with these. They're very small though, you know. So we'll just knock back that white a little bit We'll get these on. We'll move on to the next sticker box. Some of them are shiny. I do not care for that. But here's the good news about that, you know, whereas you might not use the shiny ones on other things, since I'm going to Mod Podge this, everything's going to be a little shiny. So it's going to blend really nice. Plus, I'm going to use my matte Mod Podge, and I think that's going to also be helpful, but it does give a little bit of a glisten. If you've ever worked with it, you probably know that. Yeah, these are going on really easily. Really like that. Probably if you were going to use these in a journal and not Mod Podge, you may have to use just a little bit more glue underneath, you know, just so you know it's going to stay forever and ever. Yeah, I like those. I'm going to have to remember that. Lots of variety in there too. And that takes the ink really well, you know, to knock that white back. Now, you don't have to knock the white back. You could trim it like I did, or just leave it. Okay. All right, I'm going to put that here and fuss with that later. Let's look and see what else we have. Oh, doilies. Let's use that. Flower fairies. I don't think I want that right now. More mushrooms. I'm not gonna dump all these out because I'm just gonna put a few in there. Oh, that's a snowflake. I'm just gonna put a few in here because I don't want to have the trouble of trying to get them back in. Okay, let's just do those, just for kicks. Okay, now these are the ones, you know, the clear stuff. That's what I usually have trouble with, but this seems to be coming off pretty good. Where's a dark spot? There. Can you see that okay? Well, we're about running out of time again. So what I'm going to do is continue to do this. And then I think I'm going to do collage on the other side. And then I'm going to Mod Podge. And then I will show you from there. We'll pick it up and we'll assemble and we'll start on pockets and stuff. And this is going to be a lickety-split one because, like I said, I don't want to put too much thought into it, and I'm really wanting to organize. And so I don't want to spend too much time on it because I want to spend the time organizing. So, yeah. But she's coming along. I think she's coming along, and I appreciate you all hanging out with me. Man, I wish you were here and we were doing it together. Wouldn't that be so fun? That'll be pretty on that. There. That would be so fun. All right, so I'm just going to dump out my little, should be little mushrooms and such. Oh, little everythings. And I'm going to put a few of these on, and then I'm going to work on the back, and I'll keep you updated on the progress. So thanks, everybody. Blessings to everyone. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day and a good week. And just know that you're loved. Thanks again. Bye-bye.